Hello, welcome back. My name is Ari and today I have a book box for you. But this book box is going to take a little bit of explaining because it's not really something that I've started subscribing to. This is actually a pretty old book box. This is from Once Upon a Book Club and they do something really cool where you get a book and then you get like gifts inside of the box. And as you get to a certain page in the book, you open your gifts and it kind of matches the book. Very unique, very interesting. I don't subscribe to them because normally they send like chick lits or contemporary romance, and I just don't like the majority of the books that are found in these boxes. But I do get the advent calendar from them every single year. And because I've bought the advent calendar, I get the emails, and they were having a sale where like leftover boxes were like 80% off if you wanted to buy one. And I bought one, planned to do it last year, open it up, never got around to it. But the book in here is by a Black author, and I want to read it for Black History Month. So let's open this and you'll see what's going on. So the first thing in here, this is hilarious. This is the 40 book reading challenge for 2022. And it has like prompts on here. And as you read the books, you scratch them off. I might use this. I might just change that to 2023 and do these prompts at some point this year. But yeah, that's funny. This is the book club kit. So it comes with a bookmark here that says like, remember to only open your gifts once you reach the given page that's attached to them. We've got a signed book plate by the author, which is very cool. This is a letter from the author, and then you've got your book club thing. So discussion questions, a conversation with the author, a soup. And here's the book that I got. It's Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. As you can see right here, hopefully that it's focused, it'll tell you to like open a present, so you get the corresponding little gift in here when you open it. Very cool, very cool. This is what the inside of the box looks like and all of our gifts. I'm gonna go ahead and start reading this, come back on camera whenever I get to these pages and be like, oh, this is what's happening in this scene, and this is what I'm opening up, and then let you know at the end. I'll give a review of the book since I gotta read the whole book to open the box. So let's get started. Alright, I have started Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen, and I have gotten to the first like opening on page 4. So I got the thing that says page 4. Before I get into this, I do want to note that there is a content note right here that I'm going to read to you in case you're interested in reading this book and want to know the content warnings. Before you begin reading, please be aware that parts of this book may be triggering for some readers. Skin of the Sea blends 15th century history with fantasy, and there are depictions of violence, enslavement, death, and suicide. So just so you're aware, page 4 here, we're introduced to, I assume, her, our main character. I haven't gotten her name yet, I don't think. But she is following a slave ship in the ocean. She seems to be a mermaid, and a slave woman's body has been thrown overboard, and she takes her soul, I guess. That's what it seemed like, and puts it into an emerald necklace. So I'm going to say that this is an emerald necklace, but let's see. It's not an emerald, but it is a necklace. It's a very pretty necklace. And this is the necklace, just a delicate gold chain and a pretty blue stone. I can't tell if you can actually see the color of the stone or if the ring light's like screwing with that, but just take my word for it that it's blue. But yeah, gift number 1, very pretty, very delicate. I like it a lot. I will come back with whatever I open up next. Alright, I have made it to the next opening, next present in here at page 139. Before I open this, I want to talk about the book a little bit. So this is basically an African-inspired Little Mermaid telling set in the 15th century. And when I say Little Mermaid, I mean like the really depressing original version and not the Disney version. So our main character is a mermaid. She is the spirit of a girl who died crossing the Atlantic Ocean in a slave ship and was thrown overboard and then turned into a mermaid, and her job is to escort other people who have been thrown overboard, escort their souls to the afterlife. She screws up and she actually saves somebody's life, which she's not supposed to do, but the entire plot of the story is based on a miscommunication trope, which you guys know that I don't like. Basically the goddess that she works for or whatever is like, you were told that you're only supposed to escort the dead, and she's like, why did you tell me that I couldn't save anybody? Like, this is obviously eventually gonna come up. Did you just expect me to let them drown? And she's like, yes, I did. It's like, well, why didn't you tell me? You should have known. And I hate it. Overall, I'm not really enjoying my experience reading this, unfortunately. It is all Black trauma. Like, there is nothing in here other than Black trauma, and I can't enjoy the story because there's nothing enjoyable about it. It's all just like horrible things that happen to Black people in a fantasy setting. I don't think this is gonna have a happy ending. It sounds like, if it's anything like the Little Mermaid original story, she's gonna fall in love with this guy and die at the end. And yeah, it's depressing. I'm not enjoying a moment of it. Anyway, the point that we're in the story to open this right here, this could be a couple of things. It could be like a paste, like a healing paste. It could be a wooden cup. It could be a like water skin. I'm gonna guess it's a wooden cup because that makes the most sense to me. But let's find out. It is wooden cups. Exactly what I thought it was. Just a couple of wooden cups. I believe these are bamboo from the look of them. I don't know enough about wooden things to be sure. But yeah, very cool. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I bet you I can find a use for them. So far I have a necklace. I think I said emerald in the first clip, but it was actually sapphire, which makes sense because it was a blue stone. So a faux sapphire necklace and 2 wooden cups. Okay, nothing has happened in the 10 or so pages since I last checked in. So we're just going to open the next thing, which you hear it crinkling, I assume. This is African black soap. I almost guarantee it. And I am correct. It's exactly what it says it is. I wanted to try this, so I'm kind of glad that I got one in this box. But moving on. Okay, we are in the home stretch. So we are on page 274. Last thing in here, but before I open that, let's talk about what's happening in the book. This is still very like Black trauma, Black pain. And I think the story could have been told without all of the references to like horrible things done to Black people in slavery. Like, the plot of the story has nothing to do with slave ships. So I kind of wish it would have been told that way, and this could have been a book about Black joy instead of Black trauma, but it is what it is. It is depressing and sad, and I'm gonna say for the most part I don't really recommend this to anybody because of the content and the trauma of it. So the adventure has carried on. Good things about the book. We're seeing a lot of African mythology, at least this part of Africa, I assume. I don't know enough about African mythology to know like what part of Africa it actually covers, but definitely a lot of mythology. Our main character is a mythological creature, and she meets up with other mythological creatures, and their entire battle is with some gods, right? Like a trickster god or messenger of the gods, is who the bad guy is in this book. Another thing that I thought was really awesome, a scene in this story is she has a map braided into her hair, which that scene was so cool. It really was. I would have never thought of something like that, and it was very amazing and very cool. So good things in here. Mostly it's just depressing, horrible things happening to Black people. But let's open this and then finish the book. See where it goes from there. This is going to be a crystal from where it is in the page, I guess. And yes, it seems to be a crystal keychain. So I don't even know if you can see that on camera because it is a clear crystal. And that's it. This is definitely the most useless out of the gifts that we've gotten in this one. But it is what it is. Let me finish this book and then get back to you with my final thoughts. Okay, I am done. If you hear snoring in the background, it is the dog asleep at my feet. He's a big snorer. Anyway, this ends just as depressing as the rest of the book was. So I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I would say that I probably would have enjoyed this story more if it wasn't just depressing and sad the entirety of the story. This is a duology, I believe. The sequel is already out. I have no plans to read it, so I'm consider this a DNF series for me because there's no way I'm doing a second round of this depressing mess. But yeah, that's that, I guess. I would recommend this to somebody who wants to read something super depressing. Like there's nothing else to this other than it's depressing. My vocabulary is so good right now describing this book. The other thing that came in here is the 40 books to read in 2022, which obviously it's 2023 when I even open this, so I'm going to do it for 2023. I have scratched off a few of them, as you can see. These are the books that I have read since January that fit these prompts, and I'm going to go through here and just see if I can do these without really trying to do these. I may revisit this at the end of the year, or I might lose it between now and then. I guess we'll find out. Thank you for being here and opening up this Once Upon a Book Club box with me. If you would like to see me order and open up more of these boxes, please leave your comments down below. I'll see if I can find other fantasy ones and not contemporary romances. And I will see you Saturday for another video. Bye.